episode 3 of Let's Talk About It with your girl, the DiDi Skky, DiDi Skky. Oh my goodness, guys. I am so super excited to have our third show. Listen, things have been going amazing so far. We have had 3 of the best guests that you can have when you kick off a show. And so, of course, today, our third show is going to be even hotter than before. So you definitely want to log in, call your friends, call your family, tell them to join us right here on YouTube and on Facebook for Let's Talk About It with your girl, DiDi Skky. But of course, I couldn't do this by myself. I have to have my co-host. You guys give it up for my boy, the voice of God. It's Maejor.
Oh, DiDi, your intro is way too gracious. Now, I have done some things, but all of that stuff you said just makes my head big. So, listen, how you doing?
I have to bring you on with the fanfare that you deserve. You know, you are a top producer, graphic designer. You're a man of many talents. So I have to bring you on the way you deserve to be brought on, my guy.
Oh, wow. Okay, thank you.
So how you been? I actually haven't seen you since our last show, which was the day before my birthday. As you can see, I'm still rocking my birthday hair.
Yeah, I saw you. I've been pretty good. I have been trying to recuperate from the letdown. I know, as you know, we didn't get to start the quartet with SWV. We had some difficulties. We had some disagreements about some things, and so I kind of declined. Yeah, I declined the offer. But I don't want to get too much. Yeah.
Okay.
I don't want to get too heavily into that, though. I don't want to take up the show.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, you know, when we had on our last show on episode 2, we had no other than my girl Lily from SWV, and so Maejor said that he was going to be the 4th member of SWV. What was the name of your group?
That we doing this? That's what we're doing.
The group that was SWV.
Yeah.
Boy.
So my idea, and this is how I feel on the inside, we were going to be SWV POB, and that stands for Sisters with Voices Plus One Brother.
Brother.
Yeah. Now she was with it though. I think things really fell apart when we were playing that game.
Oh.
And that's when it fell apart for me. That is when it fell apart for me.
Well, because you thought that she was actually going to pick you, and unfortunately, she didn't.
She did not.
Yes.
And maybe
someone disgust it was.
Yeah, I couldn't even get discussed. That's the thing that hurt me the most. I couldn't even get discussed, DiDi. She just didn't pick.
Oh my gosh. So shouts out to my girl Lily. And listen, you guys, we want you to tune in. Not only tune in, but tell a friend. We are live right here on YouTube. So make sure that you like, share, and subscribe. You see that right there? Like, share, and subscribe if you are following us on YouTube. If you are watching through my DiDi Skky Facebook stream, share it with a friend, share it with a family member, because today's topic is about relationships, baby. We are about, listen, my special guest today is someone who is very well equipped, as he said in his video drop, to be able to discuss relationships, datings, and the things that, you know, those who are seeking to have a solid relationship needs to do. So, you know, I'm excited about our third guest. It's going to be on and popping. Hi, Jaquita.
Yes, I'm super excited too. My goal is to learn as much as I can. I have my notepad ready to go.
You do? You got your notes. You got it.
I'm getting ready to straighten my relationship out, DiDi. I'm going to straighten it out.
That's right. He's here to do that as well. And so also, listen, guys, this platform is for you. This is a tool, a vehicle, a resource. Let's Talk About It is absolutely for our viewing audience or our listeners. We want you to be engaged with us. We're not just talking heads here. So we want to make sure that you guys have a chance to interact, post your comments, your concerns, your questions, especially about dating and relationships. I'm sure there's a lot out there. And Jack is going to be able to dive in and unveil some of these secrets and tips that he has. So, but we're about to listen. Oh, before I get started, see, I'm getting all excited. I'm getting excited.
Yeah, you're excited. Hyped up.
Started. Today's show is brought to you by PopShots ATL.
Oh, snap. I've heard of them.
PopShots ATL is an amazing 360 photo booth and event photography company that knows how to capture memories like nobody else. Perhaps you partied a little too hard at your recent event and can't quite recall all the amazing moments you had with your friends. If PopShots ATL was in the building, then you know they caught it all on camera. Their 360 photo booths are sleek and totally customizable with props and backdrops that'll have your guests flexing for the cameras. And check this out, y'all. They have a social media sharing feature that lets everyone show off their pictures and keep those memories alive long after the party is over. PopShots ATL takes exceptional care of their customers and pays attention to every little detail. So if you're looking to add some serious fun and unforgettable vibes to your event, PopShots ATL is the perfect choice. For more information, visit PopShotsATL.com. That's POPSHOTS ATL.com.
Yo.
Shouts out to PopShots ATL. You guys make sure that you check them out for those special occasions. You want to capture those special occasions. You definitely want to check out my friends over at PopShots ATL. Let's go ahead, Maejor, and hop right into today's show.
Yes.
We're going to kick it off with one of my favorite topics. The streets are talking.
Uh-oh. DiDi, what the hell the streets got going on?
It's off the chain. The streets have been whispering about quite a few things, but this first topic, of course, I'm sure you've heard about it. Diddy and Jermaine Dupri are finally going to battle it out on Versus. So according to Billboard, the two hit makers are set to battle their catalogs on September 8th at Madison Square Gardens in New York. And this comes after Jermaine Jermaine Dupri challenged Diddy back in 2021. He was like, listen, let's put our catalogs to a test. And Diddy came back and responded and said, hey, the only person who can come test me from all my Jamaicans out there, who wants to come test? The only person who can test me is Dr. Dre. But nonetheless, according to reports, the two hit makers are going to battle it out on Versus in Madison Square Garden, September 8th. What do you think about that?
My first thought is like, what happened to Dr. Dre? If he was so adamant and was like, well, the only person that can battle me is Dr. Dre, then how do we settle for Dupri? And I don't mean to say settle. I don't need nobody coming after me. So calm down. Calm down, son, is how I feel.
Listen, but I believe that Dr. Dre, Dr. Dre is beats. Like he's big time. He's up there. Dre is probably like, listen, I am absolutely not going to, battle. I'm not going to do the verses. I'm above that. But Diddy is all about the fun, and JD is as well. So I think their catalogs can go toe to toe and provide a very entertaining show, actually. So I'm here for it if it actually happens.
You think they're going to bring out any special guest, or you think it's just going to be them two just playing the music?
Absolutely. All Diddy has is, I can't say all Diddy has. That's terrible. Because he is a little rap. I said a little rapper. Did I say that?
A little rapper. Yeah, now they're going to come after you, Diddy.
No, Thank Diddy, you. I love you. I love Diddy. Okay, let's get on P. Diddy Combs. However, he is going to absolutely bring out all the hit makers. Diddy is, and he has so many hits of his own, and then he has artists that he's collaborated with. So it's going to be good, and so does JD. He's gonna bring all of ATL.
Oh, yeah, he's gonna bring Bow Wow.
I believe he will. Bow Wow, Escape. All you can name them. So okay, out of all of the verses, though, what was one of your favorites?
Oh, that's easy. The one where Patti LaBelle and Gladys Knight were going toe to toe, and Patti was doing that flap. Oh yeah, she was doing that flat, boy. It took me out. I promise you that was the best one.
Patty is always gonna give you some wings, baby. She's ever flowing. And Patty is, for me, my favorite verses has to be, and I'll start laughing before we even get started, before I can even say it, because it's funny still. The very first one. The very first one. With
you talking about that disaster? Yeah, that was a disaster.
Babyface and Teddy Riley. And the fact that Teddy Riley came out the gate with just doing too much. Teddy had the background singers. He had my boy Breon in the background, you know, breaking it down. I mean, that was the most hilarious, but that was probably the most memorable for me. So I absolutely love that versus. So I'm looking forward to seeing. Somebody said hey, Stephanie. Stephanie said Jeezy and Gucci. That was a good one.
Yeah,
that was a real. I like that one too. That was definitely, you had to party. So I'm looking forward to JB and Diddy. So next up, this story right here already had me laughing because I stay laughing. But the story that is trending, 81-year-old Martha Stewart, businesswoman, and 21-year-old Angel Reese, the LSU basketball player, the star of LSU,
are gracing
the pages of Sports Illustrated. So, you know, what's trending in the streets some are saying that Martha is just too damn old to be gracing the cover of, you know, or gracing the pages or the cover or cover of Sports Illustrated. And then some are saying that, you know, Angel is doing too much.
Well, DiDi, I got to be real with you. I mean, I don't think no matter what, somebody going to be talking, but Martha, I might have to take Martha up through there. I'm telling you, you'd be calling me Maejor Stewart.
Wait, are you coming after Martha?
Well, I might come after her. I may come before her, but I'm definitely coming.
You know.
Oh, I'm sorry. I probably shouldn't have said that. That's probably inappropriate, DiDi.
This is the way I feel about it. For those who actually are against it or have something to say, I think that they need to go and work on themselves and their own self-esteem, because I am one of those people. I'm someone who supports everyone. I think that if you have the confidence, if you feel like you have the body, I don't care how old you are, I don't care how young you are, I don't care your state, it doesn't matter. And to me, I feel like if you have the confidence, and listen, if Sports Illustrated calls for me, DiDi Skky is available. Just call, Icon Management, and they will take good care of you. So go ahead. I'm down for it.
Yeah. Yes. That's a heck of a, I feel you though, man. Boy, I tell you.
I absolutely was. Shoot.
I don't think I'm gonna be so heartbroken about SWV anymore. If me and
Martha, Martha might give you a chance.
Martha gonna give me a chance.
She may, and I'm down for Martha Stewart now. Her show, after she did her time in prison, she did her time. She came out, and Martha's in them streets. She's been with Snoop Dogg. They have the show, and she's just like, I'm living my best life.
Oh yeah,
and I'm here for it.
What else we got?
Our last report. This is another good one. Boy, I'm telling you, the streets are talking. He needs to sit down. I didn't mean to say that, but 79-year-old actor Robert De Niro just welcomed his 7th child.
Oh, sheesh.
7th
child. DiDi. Oh my God, that's off the chain. I don't know who the mother is, but I know it's not Martha. I know it's not Martha Stewart. Yeah.
Well, the mother is his 45-year-old girlfriend, Tiffany Chen. Now, listen, I'm all here for living your life the way you desire to, have kids whenever you desire to. I'm all here for it. I think with the opportunities that we have in terms of health and technology and all the opportunities that we have to have kids at an older age for women, and we're going to talk about this too, Jack. I can't wait to get into this conversation with Jack Daniels, because we have a biological clock, ladies. And so, we're trying to get into these relationships, and we have these relationship goals because we do have a clock. And so for women who want to have kids and want to have kids in a family, these are the things that we can discuss, because for men, you could just keep
shoot him out there, boy. I tell him, shoot him out there. Now, this face to me looks like he was very surprised when he found out That don't look like the face of a man who knew it was coming. Yeah, dog it.
Oh my gosh, it is. And I mean, at 79, because you have kids, right, Maejor?
I got a few of them. Yeah.
Can you imagine having a child at 79? Because you're talking about starting all over, like literally diapers, waking up in the middle of the night, everything.
Nah, I can't imagine it. I can't imagine that. Woo. I think my cutoff is soon approaching, if I'm being real.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Oh my goodness.
So listen, of course, that was the Streets Are Talking report. We're going to bring it to you each and every time we're here. We have something new for you. So you definitely don't want to miss any of our episodes because they are so good. And we're going to go ahead and hop right into our conversation. So are you single and out here in these dating streets? It's tough for you to have, to date because of all of the representatives that are out there. You have social media fakes, people who aren't themselves, and you don't find out until, you actually start dating them. Our guest is going to dive deep into relationships. He's going to give us tips that we can use, ladies and men, to land that good thing. He is a psychotherapist who has appeared on various television shows such as A&E's Black Love. He's a 5-time best-selling author of books such as Stay Out of Your Own Way, and it's so good. And I Need a Wife. This is before he found his. Where are the real women? Welcome to the show, my friend, Jack Daniels.
Hey,
Jack, how are you?
I'm fantastic. After that wonderful introduction, I feel like I'm at home already.
Listen, you are at home because we are friends.
Yes.
We have been friends. I was telling Maejor that you and I you were one of the first people that I met, first person that I met when I moved here to Atlanta back in 2011. You were one of the first people that I met. And so we've been friends since.
That was and you were coming in hot from Dade County. She was
coming in hot. I sure was.
Came in hot from Dade County with the one-piece jumpsuit on.
Listen, all day.
I'm like, is that what they do down there?
Yeah, and the 954-305. That's right.
Yeah. I couldn't be mad at you.
Oh, we got a lot of old stories about DiDi. Then we might have to pick your brain on those. So we can fully expose DiDi here.
Well, you listen, I'm telling you again, Jack and I were out here in these ATL streets in this entertainment world, grinding. He's a motivational speaker. And he has so much knowledge, which is a great way for me to segue, Jack, into our conversation.
Sure.
Before we get started, of course, I gave you, gave the audience a briefing of who you are, but I need them to understand why you are well equipped and qualified to provide them with the tips and advice on finding the one.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a simple guy. I'm a guy that likes X's and O's. I like meat and potatoes some days, more so like fish and potatoes. But over the years, I'm pretty much, I mean, I think you summarized it pretty well, but I am one of the highest paid and most in-demand psychotherapists in the country. For the last 2 decades, I've helped thousands of people find love, from single moms to celebrities, and connecting people is something that I love. In this season of my life, I've been collecting good men and trying to connect them to as many women as I possibly can. And it's something that I'm passionate about. I love love stories. Yes. I'm known for being a no-nonsense counselor who's thinks out of the box and does a lot of experiential things. And I'm passionate about this love thing. I'm passionate about helping people. I'm passionate about life and just helping people understand who it is they are and where it is they're trying to go. So for me, it's all about love. It's all about story and changing those stories and love stories if you get a chance and an opportunity.
That's right. That's right. And so you mentioned some key things, you know, the fact that you have the qualifications in the educational field, but you also have life experiences as well.
Oh, yeah.
And so those combined make you an expert. You have those life experiences. You went through your own trials and tribulations, or even your test, and finding, like your book, you know, the Where Are the Good Women? And then you found success in your new wife. I mean, I'm going to say new. Y'all have been married for what, 5, 6 years, or is it 7 now?
No, it's almost 9.
9?
Yeah, it's almost 9. You getting old. That's all that is.
It is. It's been 9 years, Jack.
Yeah. We almost.
My gosh. Yeah. Congratulations. But you found the love of your life, my girl Marshawn. And so what are your thoughts on these quote unquote relationship experts, social media and TikTok relationship experts who actually, you know, have either never been married and don't really have the skill set or the educational background to provide this type of advice and information that people, they tune in and they lock in, and a lot of times they don't realize, and I'm not I don't speak ill of the dead, but Kevin Samuels spoke a lot about relationships and all of those type things. And so, you know, when he passed away, it was revealed that he, you know, was with a stripper or with someone who, you know, a prostitute or something like that, and he was broke. So all the things that people portray on these social media platforms, how do you feel about that in terms of, you know, trying to give relationship and marriage advice?
You know, I think it's fascinating to me that people are in this space of advice giving, and I'm not opposed to it. And I'll say that from a pure place. I'm not opposed to, because the more people are talking about it, the more people are talking about it. So a lot of times you have people that are, they may be doing it from a non-intentional standpoint, and they may be doing it for the wrong motivations. But I think that any talk about relationships is good talk, because we need to be having these types of conversations and dialogues. Now, it's not to say that everyone needs to be talking.
Come on through that.
Because there's some people that need to kind of turn the mic off and shut up, because they're giving out some really bad advice. And especially the people that are just doing it with ill intentions, and they're just doing it for likes. They're doing it for the love. They're doing it for sex, ultimately. I mean, because if you say the right thing at the right time to the right people, you are now looked at and put yourself on a pedestal, and women they'll throw it at you. But the thing I always like to say, gauge people by their character and their consistency. And you can tell people by their character and consistency, and not just the consistency, but the commitment that they have for the culture, for the cause that they're actually doing. So what I mean by commitment is, are you and have you done the work necessary with people? Here's a quick question you need to ask anybody that's giving out advice. Who have you worked with? That's it. Who have you worked with? It's easy to give advice when you're talking about your own personal stance and the things that you've gone through. But who have you worked with? Who have you helped? Who can vouch for you? Are you using processes, practices, frameworks? And other than just your experience, what is it that you have to offer somebody? Okay, you've been through a divorce, you went through a breakup. What else do you have to offer? Be diligent enough to do the work on yourself for the craft that you're saying that you believe in, and then with the people that you say that you believe in something that's going to happen for. Do the work and ask the question, have they done the work? And if they ain't done the work and they ain't work with nobody, stop listening to it.
Get that shot of Jack. Get that shot. Are you guys taking it? I'm giving you this shot of Jack for free now. He's expensive. I'm giving this to, I hope you guys are tuning in and listening. And thank you. Hey, Sean, I see you out there. Thank you so much. Sean said this is really great advice. Hey, Levi, Again, I mean, this is for you. So please, your questions, your comments, your concerns, please, Jack is here to provide those answers to you. And leading also kind of on that social media tip, I recently saw Michelle Obama and Oprah Winfrey, her Light We Carry tour. And it was a show that they are actually airing on, I believe it's on Netflix, if I'm not mistaken. And so one of the things I love so much about our first lady, she's still forever my first lady, and our, you know,
she's been getting real all of a sudden. She's been on this truth tour lately.
She has. And one of the things that I can appreciate about that is because she stated the fact, you know, Oprah mentioned to her about her relationship with, of course, the president, and the support and love that they have in the many years that they've been together. And one of the things that she said was that it was a picture that was posted of her and of President Obama. He's still my president, of President Obama. And she said she remembers seeing somebody saying like hashtag marriage goals or something like that. And she was like, I was mad at him in that picture. Like, and for me, what I love about that is her authenticity, but I absolutely love the fact that what she's saying is don't just go by what you see on social media, because we're always going to put our best foot forward in marriages, relationships, even about ourselves. We're not going to, you know, kind of display our issues. Talk about that as well.
Show me somebody who posts the bad.
That's right.
Show me somebody who posts what's really going on in the context of their relationship. Everybody, like you said, everybody likes to post all the good things. And social media is nothing but a highlight reel of all of your good incidents. And it's a curated highlight reel of all of your happy moments. Let me post the food. Let me take a picture. This is where I'm at. Let me take a picture of my new outfit, my new car, my new bae, all of those different types of things. It's a curated highlight reel. Show me the times that, you know, I used to post real moments that happen in marriage, because I think this is important. I post the moments and this is important for men to understand. You got to chip in, man. You got to chip in. You can't expect your woman to be doing everything. She working, she cooking, she cleaning. No, man. Sometimes you got to fold them towels. Right. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you got to do the laundry. Sometimes you got to step in there, cook a little something, change some diapers, go shopping. Sometimes you got a woman, a good woman, changes everything in a man's life. And if you got a good woman, you got to hold on to a good woman, because men don't give birth. Men do not give birth. There's a whole lot of men with millionaire potential, with millionaire ambitions, millionaire things on their mind, but we need a woman in our life to help us birth some of those things. And most men overlook the idea of what that looks like, because we're looking at the curated highlight reels of somebody's life, and we're thinking we're just going to get all of those good times. But a good woman encompasses all of those things: good times, bad times, hard times, soft times, and the successful times. A good woman is what most men are lacking, and they're searching for, but they're looking for just a good time. Versus
you're about to make me just sit here for a little minute to
Can I go on a little bit more? Hold on.
I want you to. Go ahead.
The reason I like what you're talking about in terms of what Michelle Obama was talking about. When you got a good woman, and I just want to harp on this just for a second. It's three ways that the right woman can help you level up as a man. Okay. She's gonna fix your focus, your finances, and your follow through.
Focus, finances, and follow through.
Focus, finances, follow through. She's gonna help you with your focus. How many times as a man you've been juggling, managing, dating, texting, stressing out about, lying to, getting caught up in some drama with the wrong woman, right? Like the right woman is gonna help you with the focus. When you get rid of the distractions, you got space in your mind to focus. Your mind becomes a whole lot clearer. Then she's gonna help you with your finances. How much money and time? Think about this, fellas. How much money and time have you spent dating random chicks this year alone? How much? How much? What's the return on that investment?
Oh, you know what?
But listen, DiDi, when you focus on the one, you got more time, you got more money, and you got somebody that's gonna help you understand how to streamline your money, your purpose, your life. Wow. Focus, finances, follow through. She's gonna help you with follow through. The right woman is gonna steer you in the right direction. She's gonna push you. She's gonna believe in you because she knows when you win, we win, and we win, the family wins.
That's
focus,
right.
Finances, follow through. A good woman, it's gonna help you be a better man. You just got to find the right one and stop looking for these curated highlight reels.
Rachel says you can't take advice from just anybody, and I hope that you're actually receiving and soaking in this advice that Jack D is giving to us and pouring into us right now. Focus, finances, and follow through.
Come on,
and so you're telling, you know, don't waste your time, especially at a certain age. Yeah, you know, when you know, the scripture says when you're young and you do those things that a child would do, but when you become a man, you do the things that a man should do, and that means that you're now focusing on your focus, your finances, and that follow through.
That sounds good to me. That sounds good to me. And when you are a man, when you put away those childish things, like you just said, one of the sexiest things that a man can do is be consistent.
Repeat that again, Jack.
One of the sexiest things a man can do is be consistent. It's simple. It's simple. It's simple, DiDi. It's some of the most powerful advice that I could ever give you as a man. All she wants you to do is to do what you said when you said you was gonna do it. That's it, bro.
You ain't got to lie, Craig.
Yes, I promise you, if you are consistent, watch how she turns up for you. Watch how she shows up for you. Watch how she believes in you. Watch how she's gonna do. Look, watch, man.
Come on.
Look, if you when you are consistent, it's gonna turn your woman on in so many ways that you ain't seen. All you got to do is just do what you said when you said. That key word, that key phrase is when you said you was gonna do.
Right.
You got it.
My goodness, he's pouring the shots for y'all. He is pouring. This is Jack Daniels pouring the shots for you guys. Listen, Maejor's been extremely quiet in the background here. Are you okay back there? Are you taking your notes? Because
I'm running out of paper. I am running out of paper. Jack, I thought you were going to help me get the ladies together. I feel like I'm getting myself together right now, but I'm listening.
Hey, man. I'm all about the felt. I'm about men because I believe there's too many men that are trying to talk to women about being a woman. And that's not how it should be. When we pour into ourselves as men are leaders. We are naturally born. When we get in line, when we step up and become who it is that we're supposed to be as men, women ain't got no choice but to get in line. They love it when a man steps up and he's just a man. Leadership, vision, provision, problem solving, protecting, praying for, all of those different things. When you do those things as a man, a woman is just, it's going to make her, again, it goes back to that level of consistency. So many different things that she's going to fall in line. When a man is truly being the leader and her covering and being an umbrella for her protection, it's just the ultimate turn on.
It is the absolute ultimate turn on. You are speak, Jack. Listen. Shouts out to Monique. Monique said she posted something similar to this, and this was absolutely confirmation for her. She just recently posted something about this. Shouts out to Angela Brown. You know, put away childish things. Get in line or get left behind. And who was that? Anesthesia Parks. I see you. I see you. My goodness, this is so very clear. It's so clear, and it's so in alignment with the follow through of everything else. You know, it's the woman. You know, the man is the head of the household.
He's supposed to be,
and the woman is his helpmate.
Yeah.
And what I'm receiving, what you're sharing is that if the man leads, and that's leading with surety, with confidence, with confirmation, as you say, being consistent, the woman will be the helpmate. She will, if you're picking the right one and not those social media, what may look good.
Let me talk to these fellas just for a second.
Okay.
I don't know how many you got listening, but whoever's listening, if I could just reach one of them, that's all that really matters. When a woman really only needs three things. That's it. Three things. A woman, you need to make her feel seen, secure, and significant. You need to make her feel seen, secure, and significant. When a man shows up for her like that, her feminine energy and personality goes up to 1,000. When you make her feel that, that's what leadership and manhood actually looks like. You want her to submit to you. You want her to believe in this whole submission thing. Okay, but you got to give her something to submit to, bruh.
Yes.
Which means you got to show up as a leader. You got to show up with that vision. You got to show up with that plan. You got to make her trust that you got this, and that she can fall back and not have to worry about making every decision on her own. Got to make her feel seen. You see her for all of her beauty, all of her essence, everything that she exudes. Make her feel secure. Make her feel safe. Make her feel protected. Not just protecting her physically, but you got to protect her mentally. You got to protect her heart, brother.
Right.
And then make her feel significant, man. Lift her up, elevate your woman, put her on a pedestal. I ain't talking about worshiping her, but I'm talking about making her feel like a true partnership. Make her feel seen, secure, and significant. That's how you got to show up as a man. Yes. That's why we need to show up as men to be better leaders for the women that we say that we want in our lives.
That's right. And then that security, I'm so happy that you actually broke that down in terms of security, not just physically feeling secure in a home, but feeling secure that she can trust you with her heart.
You got
that she can trust you with her love.
It's big because so many women have been let down by men who have participated in the disappointment of breaking their hearts. And for whatever reason, because they were immature, because they were insecure, because they weren't sure about where it was with who it is that they are. Look, it's been some damage and some trauma that's done. So protecting her heart to make her feel safe and secure that she can fall back and just rest in your. I asked a woman the other day, how long has it been since you've had a hug? Now think about that. A hug it's a simple thing. It's a simple act. It's a simple gesture. But a hug says so many different things. I'm talking about a hug when you can just when you can just rest in somebody's arms and feel like you could just be there and breathe and exhale. There's so many women that don't have a chance to just breathe and exhale because they know that you got them. They've been themselves and fending for themselves for so long, they don't have anybody to just breathe and hug them and just say, I got you, babe. I got you.
Oh my goodness. I'm about to run, shout, and pick a tail fella all at the same time. I mean, I am. Maejor sent he actually put up a post and said, man, I heard that you were good, but I didn't know you was this damn good. That's right. I told y'all that I was only bringing the best professionals, influencers, and everyday people with stories to share and advice to give. Maejor, you got something to say?
I just want to know, Jack, how would you feel about being my wingman? Because I was like, no. have you done any wingmanning before?
I'm always a wingman.
Okay.
Technically, that's what I do. I believe in collecting good men and connecting them to good women. So technically, I'm everybody's wingman. I'm your play brother. I'm your play cousin.
Yes,
I'm the person that's gonna give you and be by your side to help walk you through that thing that you really want in your life. I value connection in our people. I think that what's lacking is we have all of these warring sides. I'm on this side. I'm alpha. I'm an alpha man. I'm an alpha female. I'm a blah blah blah. All of this. I'm feminine. I'm strong. What's missing is, and this is what I found over the years. Care less about that. All they screaming for is connection. That's all they want. They want somebody who gets them, who understands them, who makes them feel like, hey, I get it. Or makes them feel seen, makes them feel like they count or that they matter. And I think that connecting, when we connect, and this is, I look at it from a simplistic standpoint. When I connect a relationship, the more relationships we have, the better neighborhoods we have. The better neighborhoods, the more relationships we have, the more families we have. More families we have, the better neighborhoods we have. Better neighborhoods, the better communities. Better communities, the better cities. So relationships are so pivotal. But it's the nucleus of everything that we've been looking for and hoping for. And I can connect with one relationship at a time. I've done my job. My job.
And you are doing your job, man. I you know, one of the things that you're speaking of as well is the connection in helping to build each other up. Oprah recently also did an interview with Gayle King. I saw that trending on social as well. And Gayle was speaking about her relationship with her ex-husband, where he did not support her in reaching her highest potential. He actually said to her, "I'll be glad when this Gayle King shit is over." And so at that time, she was an anchor. And just really, and she was, you know, friends with Oprah. And we wonder why. I remember always thinking like Gayle was always like Oprah's friend. But I knew that she was, you know, a personality, because that's, of course, my background as well. But she did not start to reach her highest potential and really become an international figure as far as being a personality until after her divorce, because she said that her husband did not support her endeavors. How important is that for men or women in relationships, being equally yoked and having a supportive partner?
I think it's extremely important. And what's unfortunate is that some people, I'm not going to say most of us, some people have a pathological defect to demonize and critique our own social immobility and economic inequalities. Ebonically speaking, is what I'm saying is, some people say that you got what I want, so I'm going to hate on you because I ain't got it, because of my internalized insecurities that make me feel inadequate, that make me feel like I'm not enough, that make me feel like I don't count. I'm just going to hate on you because I don't have what you have. And some men and some women will talk down to their partner so much that those people become their son or their daughter. And when you do that as an individual, it showcases the insecurities and inadequacies that you have within yourselves. Relationships are almost like a mirrored reflection. And sometimes people find themselves in these relationships when they are being talked down to, they're being discouraged, and whatever else that you could think of, because of shame, because of guilt, because of anger, because of approval, because of some of the things that they just feel like they need. But sometimes it plays a role into emotional manipulation. And we don't talk about emotional manipulation enough, because sometimes it's just moving the goalpost just a little bit further, moving it just a little bit further. I'm going to say just enough to make you feel like you're in there, make you feel like you matter, to make you feel, and then I'm going to tear you down. And I'm gonna tear you down, and I'm gonna build you up just a little bit, and then I'm gonna tear you down again, just so that I can get what it is that I want, because I'm so selfish and inebriated on the drug of my own success that sometimes I can't see past the manipulation and the inadequacy of who it is that I'm trying to be. But because I see that you are there, it makes me feel like I am not enough. So I'm going to tear you down constantly.
What? And for me, I don't understand that. Particularly when you meet someone and they are already, are either in their careers or they have certain aspirations and goals. And then you have those, representatives that show up and say, oh, I'm so supportive of you in this space. And however, but they're not. And they just reel you in. It's a form of narcissism. It doesn't make sense to me.
This is the case of, and I always caution my clients of this, especially people that are in the spotlight. This is the loving the gift versus the girl. Loving the gift versus the girl. Now, what do I mean by that? Sometimes people, and this is where we are in our social media society that we live in as well, meaning that, you're talking about somebody that was on television. It could also be somebody that's a social media star or whatever, and you fall in love with the pictures, you fall in love with the idea of who that person is, or the gift that they actually have, meaning that if it's a singer, if it's someone who's on television, someone who's an actor, you love the energy of that gift. You love how they show up and perform in that gift, and you fall in love with that versus the girl. Now, because the girl, when the lights and the camera is off, the girl is a soft person who just needs to be hugged, who just needs to be loved, who just needs to be lifted up, and is somewhat insecure, perhaps, in her ability to live her life, is somewhat broken. But because when the camera comes on, she comes on.
That's right.
You can love that part, but you can't have it both ways. You got to love the gift and the girl. And sometimes we fall in love with that light side, and we forget about the other side that exists in other human beings. And that's the parts that we need to be able to do better in terms of our relationships.
Absolutely. Stephanie says, do you believe unhealed childhood traumas affect how you move in a relationship?
Oh, absolutely. 100%. Especially when you haven't dealt with, you can't fix what you don't face.
Oh, let me write this down.
You can't fix what you don't face. And sometimes we run from some of the things that have affected and impacted us in our childhood, in our relationship, our past relationships, and some of the hurts that we've had. And the thing that I tell you is that, and it sounds very commonsensical, but it's not for a lot of people. Secrets keep you sick. Secrets will keep you sick. That's meaning that if you don't talk through things, if you don't reveal things, if you don't unleash or release things that you're holding on to, it will surface in the form of of trauma, of hurt, of insecurity, of shame, of guilt, of anger. It will somehow surface in the context of your life, or lots of facets in your life, if you don't deal with what it is that you're scared to face. You can't carry that secret for too long. It gets heavy. The older you get, it gets heavier and heavier, and it weighs you down. You got to fix and face some of the things that you've been afraid to face throughout your life.
Man, I hope that you all are taking notes. I hope that you are sharing this conversation with your friends, with your families. Stephanie, that's right. He said secrets will keep you sick. And we don't realize that as adults. It's so important that we look at those things that have, hurt us in order to heal us. And, there are so many people, and I hear people say often that they don't believe in counseling. They don't want to get counseling or seek help. And so what are your thoughts when you know, if you're seeing someone or dating someone or even, you know, having a relationship with someone that does not want to seek counseling or really do the work to heal their hearts from those past traumas.
Yeah, one of the hardest things for anyone to do is to raise their hand for help. It takes so much meekness, it takes so much humbleness and courage to raise your hand and say, you know what, I can't do this alone. I need help. I need, and when you've been hurt from a relationship, the thing I always like to tell people is that love didn't hurt you. Okay. It was someone who didn't know how to love.
Oh,
hurt you. It's a difference. It wasn't the person, it wasn't love. And people get mad at love. Oh, I'm never dating again. I'm not trying this again. Why would I go into another relationship? Hey, that person that hurt you, they didn't know how to love. They didn't know how to love you.
Right.
So you can't give up on love. You can't give up on relationships and the fact that, hey, God got somebody for you. And you got to deal with that hurt. And then almost, I'm not saying brush it off. I'm saying get back in there. I was one of the women that's in my group. I have a group that's called Get Off the Couch with all my couch cousins. What's up, y'all? She hadn't been out on a date in 27 years.
Whoa.
Now listen to me now.
Oh my goodness.
She wasn't alone. It was 17 years and 13 years and 9 years. Now I understand sometimes you get caught up. Some women get caught up raising kids. Some women get caught up and they start living their lives vicariously through their children. Right. I understand that. But if you still believe in love, if you still are hoping for love, you got to be actively seeking and engaging in activities that are going to help you find it. Right. You can't be sitting on your couch. He ain't gonna find you on your couch. Let's be clear. Yeah, a man is not gonna find you on. You got to get out and do some things that are actively seeking a date. Somebody that says that I don't have time to date, you lying. If you don't have time to date, that means you're really not interested in the relationships. You make time for things that you are interested in. And just because someone hurt you doesn't mean that you have to give up or stop or not believe that the possibility exists for you. Don't do it. Love didn't hurt you. Somebody who didn't know how to love.
Right. And that actually stems from that's childhood as it relates to, you know, your relationship with your parents as well. I mean, those things also, do you believe that also stems as we're developing as kids, our relationships with our parents and then going into relationships? Because some people never really learned how to love or what a real relationship looks like.
That's true. But you know what? It's no excuse. You are grown now. And you are a grown woman. You are a grown man. You can't walk around here blaming your parents for everything. There's a point in your life that you have to realize that your parents are people. Okay. And I don't know when that came for you, but when it came from, I realized that my mom, my dad, they were people. They were a young couple trying to figure it out. They were 24 years old, now think about yourself when you was 24 years old.
Right.
We put too much emphasis and blame on our parents. And then because what that does is it negates the responsibility of what we have to do as individuals and say, oh, well, my mom and them went together. My daddy left me and my mom, hey, look, your mama was a human being. She had needs, she had wants, she had desires. Your daddy was the same way. You do not have to become your parents. So stop blaming. You are too old to be sitting there talking about, well, my parents didn't do this and I never seen this. You can still get around people. You can find yourself a circle or a nucleus to be exposed to better relationships, to be exposed to how things are supposed to be done. It is an option for you and an opportunity for you to expand your horizon. And if you stay stuck systemically and psychologically, severing your will, sanctioning and seducing you to submit to the habits, attitudes, and beliefs and expectations of the mass majority and your parents' attitudes, beliefs, and expectations, then you will die building someone else's dream and not what it is that God purposed inside of your heart.
I'm telling you, I'm about to run. Dude, Jack Daniels.
Let's talk about it. I'm on Let's Talk About It with D. I'm on Let's Talk About It with D. Let's talk about
all the way in. So since we're going to talk about it, let's talk about this. What is your response to people who have a certain type, a certain type that they are looking for in terms of dating? They have a certain type. They're not, I'm not dating any more Black women. I'm only going to date this type of women. I'm not dating any more Black men. I'm only going to date, this type of man. Or I'm not going to date a man who looks this particular way. I'm only interested in men who have six packs. All of these different standards. What do you have to say about putting up those guards somewhat of trying to stick within what what your desires are in terms of your likes and what you're going to have in your life?
There's 4 things keeping you single, stuck, and somebody's side chick. I'm sorry. Did I say that out loud?
Break this down too.
We probably don't need to go there.
Repeat that again, Jack. Single.
It's 4 things keeping you single, stuck, and probably somebody's side chick. Now,
somebody's side chick.
Number 1 is your list. What you just got done talking about. Your list is keeping you loveless. And oftentimes some of them things that you got on your list and you breaking down, it has nothing to do with the values and the belief systems that you need in a man or in a woman. And oftentimes we have mixed up our requirements, our needs, and our wants together. Most people are looking at their wants as requirements, and those are things that are keeping you loveless. The second thing is your love story. Now, some of us got some jacked up love stories. We just talked about parents and some of the things that you've seen over the course of your life and how you see your life evolving in terms of the love story and the people that you come connected with. I'm not going to spend too much time on that. I could spend a 2-hour seminar on it. The third thing is your location. Now, that's a whole lot of people that their location is keeping them single. And I don't understand this. And I tell women this all the time. If you are a woman and you are single, you have no place living in the suburb. Now, I know it's going to be a whole lot of them getting on me, but I love the suburb. I feel safe. You need to be in the city. You need to go and be where single men that are available at. Somebody. I don't see nobody. I'm be at the grocery store. I be at the car wash. I don't see nobody but married men. Married men
are in the suburbs.
Or in the suburbs. That's where they belong.
Never thought about that.
They belong there, and then ain't nobody gonna be hollering at you unless they married and they trying to be your sugar daddy. Now you need to be in the areas where available men are. Available single eligible bachelors actually live and dwell, and that goes for locations around the country as well. There's a lot of people. I posted something about some girl that lived out in California talking about she never got hollered at by black men, and she went to Louisiana and all of a sudden she was a hot commodity. Okay. Duh. Why? It's because look, you got to go where you celebrate it, go where you appreciate it. 56% of Black America lives in the South. Think about that. 56% of Black America lives in the South. So if you in New Mexico, if you in Nebraska, times are going to be hard. Sometimes you got the location. Real estate is just like relationships. Sometimes you got to, and I ain't saying you got to do it all in America, right?
Oh.
I mean, the continent of Africa is full of Black men. great black men. The Caribbean, go to Ghana, go to South Africa, go to Kenya, go to Nigeria, full of black men. You can't give up on love just because you like, I can't find men. Ain't nobody in my city, and you living in Tacoma, Washington somewhere. You look now, location matters. So your list, your love story, your location, and also just a little bit of luck. Sometimes you got to sprinkle a little bit of luck on some things to be in the right place at the right time, just so that you can meet the right person.
Right.
Your list, your love story, your location.
That's right.
And a little bit of luck is keeping you single, stuck, and probably somebody beside you.
Listen, open up, because you never know. I mean, that very person that you expected, you know, that with them abs and fine, and might be the reason why you home crying. That's all I'm saying. But you never know. You might have. I
think people's qualities, their quality gauge is jacked up. I don't think people have a good odometer of what it is that they actually need versus what they want. And I think that we're looking for the wrong thing. Some people are like searching for that perfect person at the top of the food chain, and everybody's trying to get that same person. And I don't think that's what it's all about. It's all about finding somebody who aligns with you, who has what you believe, who believes what you believe, who values what you value, and you connect from that vibe. But the good news is this: people are connecting all the time. It's not, you know, marriage is on the increase, divorce is on the decline. So people are finding each other, they're connecting to each other, and it's one of those things that, you know, love is happening. It might not be happening for you, but it's happening for some people out here.
Yeah,
you need to take note and start doing some of the things that some of these people are doing.
Right. And so, what are those? Because you mentioned in your video drop, the things that you can do, and it could, whether it's for women or men, to prepare yourself for that, you know, for that good thing, and being open and available to the opportunity.
Yeah, I think you have to get really clear about what you want. One of the most hardest questions that people have to ask themselves is, what do you want? And most people have no clue what they want. It's like they're so confused. They think they want one thing, but they actually want something else. And then I think your intentions are important. You'll be intentional about what it is that you want. I'll give you an example. I was intentional about finding a wife.
That's right. You sure were.
I was intentional. Some men ain't. People ain't intentional. I was so intentional. Some of these people don't know this, but it was my fifth. I wrote a fifth book, my fifth best-selling book, which was called "I Need a Wife. Where Are the Women?" Where the real women is what it was called.
Real women.
I was intentional about this. I toured around the country. I wore a shirt and a T-shirt.
Yeah, I remember. Yes, you did, Jack.
I need a wife, and it was tattooed all over me. And in terms of everywhere I went, I had a different color shirt on, and I was intentional about it. I was having these symposiums with men who were saying, I'm single, successful, ready to be married, but can't seem to find quality women. There was a whole lot of them that existed. We were going across the country and having these talks, and people were connecting and meeting. But my point is, I was intentional about what it is that I wanted, so much so that it invited that into my life. I put it out into the atmosphere, and it invited that into my life. Now, my intention was intimidating to some women, because I'm a man who knows exactly what I want. I know I'm a husband, but then it challenged some women to say, I don't know if I'm a wife, because this man knows what he wants. He knows who he is. He knows where he's going. He has a direction. He has a plan. He has a vision. It's intimidating to some people when people are intentional.
Right.
So you got to know who you are. You got to know what you want. You have to be intentional about going and actively pursuing that thing if you truly want it. And that means doing something every day that moves you closer to the goalpost of what it is that you want. Whether that's like, you know, hey, I'm gonna fix my appearance. I'm gonna sign up for this dating app. I'm gonna shoot and slide up in the DMs of some of these people that I see that I'm admiring, and I'm just scared to actually initiate conversation. Look, It's social. If you on social media, you can slide up in at least
Yeah.
5 to 10 DMs a day. It's free. Like,
Right.
like what's the problem? And you sitting there waiting for somebody to come to you, or for things to just, you know, the UPS man to knock on your door and be like, "Who are you?" "I'm your husband." Okay, all right.
It's not going to be delivered that way, huh?
Let me know how that's working for you.
Yes.
All I'm saying is be intentional about what.
Yes. I love Jack. I am filled, and I know that our audience has been filled as well. How do they stay in touch with you? I know how I can reach out and say, Jack. But tell our audience how they can stay in touch with you if they're looking for continued advice, or even want to check out your books or any of your other speaking opportunities that you have.
Well, first and foremost, follow me at Jack Daniels TV on all social media platforms. I have a wonderful project that's called the Good Men's Club, where I collect and connect good men to good women. And we've been doing so many fantastic things, lots of things more to come out with the organization. We're working on a special project right now, have a waiting list of thousands of people that are looking for this thing that they are anticipating is coming. And I encourage you to do the same thing. You can go to goodmen.tv and get on the VIP waiting list. If you are a good man, or if you are a woman who's looking for a good man, I encourage you to go to goodmen.tv, and I'm gonna hook you up. That's it. At the end of the day, that's what I do. I hook people up. It ain't gonna cost you nothing but a little bit of time and your email address.
That's right.
You'll receive some information about this special project that I've been working on in the next couple of weeks. So I'm excited. I'm excited for you, DiDi. I love what you're doing. I love everything that you've always done. You've always been energetic and purpose-filled with the work that you do, and such a astute professional. And I'm just excited to see you shine in every shape, form, or fashion. So
I am so grateful and thankful to you, my friend. Just thinking back on, like I said, when we first met, and you were sporting your shirts, and I interviewed you about that. I mean, you know, where are the good women in your books and everything? And I knew that I can count on you to come in and speak to our audience and have this conversation, this candid conversation about relationships and those things that we can do to build each other up and to really create the relationships that we're looking to have. So I am honored to have you. I'm so delighted to have you, my friend. And I congratulate you on all of your success and your beautiful family. If I didn't mention earlier, guys, he is married to Marshawn. He said 9 years now, and they have triplets.
Yeah, my baby girls. That's right. My baby girl
dad.
They literally just turned 3 2 weeks ago. So I got 3 girls, age 3. Right.
Oh, God bless you. God bless you, my friend. But God has definitely shined his light upon you, and he continues to do so. And guys, girls, I'm telling you, check out his books, follow him, find out when he's speaking, get involved in all of the projects that he's working on, and you will have an opportunity to find that good thing.
Can I say one more thing to the men that are listening?
Yes, please.
I think this is important. Most men are afraid to admit how much we need women in our lives to compensate for the lack of love that we actually have for ourselves. We don't talk about it too much, but most of us feel like we're just drifting in life without a true sense of purpose, a true sense of direction. And we tend to gravitate towards anything that gives us a feeling that deletes the numbness, that deletes the void. And I'm saying to the men, find a circle, find somebody that believes what you believe, that has a higher level of expectation and exposure than you. Get connected to somebody and stop operating in isolation. Good men are not hard to find. They're everywhere. And I believe that so many good men exist, but they operate in isolation. And the more we get connected, the more we can build stronger families, we can build stronger neighborhoods, communities, and we can build a better country. But it starts with us as men, good men. And I'm just encouraging every man to get connected to another brother.
I love it. Absolutely. I hope you guys are filled from that shot of Jack that you just received. Thank you so much, my friend. And I have to have you back to talk about your upcoming projects as well.
Oh, yes. Yes, please.
I can't wait to hear how good the Good Men's Club goes.
Hey, we've been making some love connections. I'm telling you.
Oh, I can't wait. I can't wait. Well, take care, Jack. Thank you so much for joining us today. I am absolutely full. I am full. Maejor. Did you take as many notes? And, I know that you guys actually saw me looking down every now and then. That was because I was taking notes.
No, I was taking notes too. You definitely were writing. We got to compare notes later on. We got to see who got the better notes because, my goodness.
The part for me was secrets keep you sick.
Woo. Bro was spitting fire, man. He was spitting fire.
Say that again.
I said, bro was spitting fire. I mean, dead serious. I didn't expect to be put in check like I was just put in check. I'm going to be real with you. I had to be real. Jack has given me the confidence to just be real with myself. I heard some of that stuff and I was like, damn, I'm not doing all the stuff I could be doing.
He did it he was speaking to all of us. And that's what I love so much about him is his authenticity and his ability to touch each and every one and to be able to pour into us and help us build and receive the words that will then help us then put, these things into action. And so you can't fix what you don't face.
I know that's right.
I was about to run. I'm telling you, I was like, whoa, I was about to get it in. Like I wanted to just get up and run. It was so filling and so in depth. And I am just so grateful for him. Grateful to him for joining us tonight. So
yeah, me too. I was so caught up in listening that I really should have asked him a question. I know he's gone now, but I wanted to know what he thought about the Passport Bros. Because I know you know about the Passport Bros, right?
No, what are the Passport Bros? Are those guys who just give you passports and send you all around or something? Or
no, it's like this whole trend on the social media where men are leaving the country to go find women and they're refusing to date American women. And a lot of women on social media seem to be like incredibly furious about this. So I should have asked him about the Passport Bros. But like if you're watching still and you have any thoughts on the Passport Bros, drop them in the comments below and let us know what you think about the Passport Bros, especially after hearing what Jack said.
Yeah.
It may have put some of our perspectives on it.
Absolutely. And I think that's in alignment in the same format as what he was saying in terms of, what's your list is keeping you loveless. So you're having this list and you're only dating a certain, in a certain spectrum, in a certain realm. And, that's what's keeping you loveless. I think it's the being, being confident in who you are is very important. But at the same time, you also have to just be open what love can look like for you, because it may not look like Ken and Barbie. It may not come in that picture perfect the way you exactly think that it should. And so again, I was absolutely filled, and I hope that you guys were too. We thank you so much for joining into the Let's Talk About It podcast with your girl DiDi Skky. Shouts out to our sponsor, PopShots ATL. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. I'm telling you, the shows are getting better and better. Next week, not next week, but the week after, the 31st, the show on the 31st. Man,
that one's going to be lit. That one's going to be lit too. Yeah.
I will give you a slight hint. It's someone who is very near and dear to me. They're an influencer. But we're going to have a really good conversation because it's going to be leading up to LGBTQ Pride Month, June. So on the 31st, our guest is going to be absolutely phenomenal. You don't want to miss this. So definitely like, share, and subscribe. If you're following us on Facebook, forward this post to all of your friends, your family members. Share this story, share this. We're going to keep it going. Like, it's not going to stop. It's going to be good each and every time. So,
oh yeah, get better and better every time. DiDi, how can they follow you if they want to keep in touch with you?
Please follow me, of course, on all of my social media platforms. It's the DiDi Skky, DiDi Skky. That's on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook.
Okay.
And how can they follow you, Maejor?
Well, if they dare follow me, and I do mean dare. I'm on all social media platforms as Designed by Maejor. Yeah, come hang out with me. I don't do a whole lot, but I do some crazy things from here, from here to there. DiDi, this was one heck of an episode. I'm telling you.
It was. And that's why I'm just stumbling over my words, because I'm so full. I am just so full. And I can't wait to continue this conversations with my girlfriends, my friends, and my family members who were actually tuned in. And if you did not have an opportunity, for whatever reason, if you want to check it out, this show is live, always going to be available to you on our YouTube. On our YouTube channel. All of our shows are there for you, so you can check it out. You can listen again. And we're also on all of the streaming platforms. So definitely on your Spotify, on your Odyssey. If you're at work and you just want to hear it, definitely check us out there. So that's going to conclude today's show. I'm your girl, the DiDi Skky. And before I go, you know what I say. Go for your goals, reach for the stars, because the sky has no limits. I'm your girl, DiDi Skky. Have a great night.
Yeah, peace, DiDi. I'm about to go hug my old lady.
You better give her a hug.